everyone. I'm Emily Olson, and to my right is Jake Lafredo.
You are turning into the 21st edition of Wctv. We have a great show for you today, full of information on the tennis and golf seasons, building and trades, and the mess assembly.
Meth. It's a huge problem in our state. About 70% of federal crimes in Iowa are meth-related. That is in large part why we had an assembly on the topic. To fill us in on the rest is Carissa.
On Monday, March 13th, the students of WCHS were herded into the auditorium where waiting for them was the Meth and More presentation. Waiting for them was the United States Attorney, the Assistant United States Attorney, C.J. Williams, and the State Narcotics Agent, John Graham. The presentation included many facts about narcotics, such as that 70% of all federal crimes in Iowa are meth-related, compared to 14% nationally, and that 47% of drug emergency room visits are meth-related. Also, in 2004, Iowa was second in number of labs. We also learned that there were over 200 different ways to make meth, but it is very dangerous. You can get chemical burns, fires, and explosions while making meth. The presentation also included facts about cocaine, heroin, prescription drugs, and marijuana. The presentation also included disturbing before and after pictures of meth users and a real-life, heartfelt video of a meth user. Presenting all of these disturbing facts were C.J. Williams and John Graham.
My name is C.J. Williams. I'm Assistant United States Attorney. We office in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We come out and do these meth presentations. It's not really part of our job. My job is actually to put people in jail and see they're arrested. But what we found is that that's only one part of the solution. We take care of one part of it, but coming out and doing education actually helps decrease the demand, which then eliminates the supply.
I'm John Graham. I'm a state narcotics agent up for the state of Iowa. It's with the Department of Public Safety. And one of the reasons I do this is that I know that young people need to have this message, as well as the communities, to have an idea what meth is all about and all the travesties that it can cause in our communities.
What did the students think about the presentation? What in the Meth and More assembly affect you most?
It was the video with the girl. That was really inspiring.
What did you think about the assembly?
I liked it, and I learned that 80% of the drugs are from South America.
It was very educating. Hopefully Meth and More educated all of you and was a positive influence on your life. I'm Carissa Kennedy reporting for WCTV.
Thanks, Carissa. Our most recent assembly involved PBS, or Positive Behavior Support. Congrats to all of the kids who received awards for their positive behavior.
The PBS Committee's newest idea is to introduce to you the use of the Respect, Responsibility, and Caring bracelets, just like what Jake and I are wearing today.
Here's how you can earn one of these bracelets.
Basically, all the teachers will get a handful of bracelets to give to students who they see displaying positive behavior. If you receive a bracelet, you can choose to turn it into Mrs. Rasmussen in the playroom and fill out a ticket to be placed in the bi-weekly drawing for some great prizes.
So to break it down, Emily here helped an underclassman who had dropped their books in the hallway. A teacher saw this positive behavior and awarded her with a bracelet. It's as simple as that.
Positive behavior is modeled all over WCHS. Another positive activity to be involved in are sports. The spring sports season is taking off, and Allison is here to get us in the swing of things with a look at golf and tennis.
Golf and tennis may not be the most well-known sports at WCHS, but in true Lynx fashion, they are firing up for an exciting spring season. Last year, the girls' golf team finished 31-13 and second in the conference, with Kate Thompson qualifying and finishing first in state. The girls lost 2 top varsity golfers after graduation, but this year, 3 players with golf team finished 39-21 and 6th in the conference. They lost some key players, but 6 with varsity experience will be returning. Here's the coaches and the players for an inside look at what's to come.
Some of the, I think we want to try to finish in the top 3 of the conference. That's a pretty attainable goal, I hope. Obviously have some individual goals. And we've had my 4 years here, we've always had at least one individual at state, so I think that's going to be another goal as well.
Well, our goals for the year are, we always want to finish high in the conference. We have been a very competitive team over the last 25-30 years, and last year we kind of fell in the conference. So with this year's group, we want to try to get in the top 3.
What I like about golf is the special bond that all the girls have with each other and Mr. Adams.
And our goals for this year to win conference and
be in the top 3 and hopefully advance on?
I don't know. I grew up as a kid always playing with my dad and stuff, and it's just something I've always kind of been good at. One of the only things I've been good at. And one of the goals, I guess, is try to make it through sectionals and make it to districts and hopefully go to state.
There are 2 basic rules in tennis. 1, keep your eye on the ball, and 2, hit the ball over the net. I have yet to master either one of these skills, but luckily there are some kids at the high school who have done just that. In both boys and girls tennis, the players showed much determination and put forth a tremendous amount of effort before finishing off the year with an excellent season. The girls lost 6 players after graduations, but they have many former players and even some new freshmen returning for an exciting spring season. The boys tennis lost 5 players after last season, but they are returning at full force with a handful of returning players as well as a few fresh faces. Let's go to the coaches and players and see what they have to say.
Well, we're going to have a young team this year, but with some players that have some pretty good experience. Returning from last year, we've got Jake Van Diest, we've got Ben Everson, we've got Jesse Aarons, and all 3 of those figure into being the starting 6, and the other situations will be pretty much up for grabs. We just got started with practice. The weather hasn't cooperated very well for us, but looking for some good things.
Some of my goals for the season, number 1, is we need to turn up the heat. Number 1, okay? I don't know how we're going to do this. I know I'm talking long, too bad, so sad. Number 2 is we're looking at probably increasing our skill level, and of course we all want to win, but if we understand the game better, and having 30-plus kids out is absolutely spectacular, and these are great kids, great kids.
Well, I don't know, I play tennis because I've never played tennis before, and I always wanted to, and this is my last chance to play tennis. And my goal is to be a state champion.
I play tennis because it's really fun, and I love Mrs. Schrader. We're pretty tight. And some of our goals as a tennis team this year is to just do really well as a team.
It may be too cold to play golf and tennis just yet, but we've got an exciting season to look forward to. So get out there and support the teams, and maybe you can even try it yourself. I'm Allison Trample reporting for Wctv, and I've got to get back to my golf game.
It's really great to get out there and be involved in programs like golf and tennis. Thanks, Allison.
Another group we are focusing on today is the Building and Trades program here at the high school. There are currently 7 guys in the program working on renovating the new location of the Dance Connection.
The guys work in 2 shifts. The first shift is from a little before first period to second period. The second shift is from third period to fourth period. Here to hammer out the rest of the building and trades for us is Nick.
You may have heard about it, or maybe you haven't, but either way, the Building and Trades program is a program that allows students in the industrial technology classes to earn dual, high school, and Iowa Central credits. This year, students are working on remodeling projects, including the recent remodeling of the Dance Connection. In the past, the class was overseen by Mr. Kennedy. This year, the instructor is Iowa Central teacher, Mr. Bacher. Can you tell us a little bit about the Building and Trades program and approximately how many students are in it?
The Building Trades program is a course that runs through the first through fourth periods with 2 sessions. I have 7 students in the class right now. We had 10 in the first semester, and now we're down to 7. In the class, what they learn is building theory. In other words, they learn how to lay out walls, build those walls, and then we also teach on energy efficiency, which is using foam and insulations to make the house more efficient.
What do students learn in the Building and Trades program that they wouldn't learn in a normal industrial tech class?
I think what they learn in this program here is basically a lot of work ethic, because we try to create this program to be like a real job site experience for them. So a lot of times they're going to see me out there being just a ramrod, a person who's going to tell them to get to work, get busy, asking a lot of questions, and I do that just to make sure, you know, that they understand what they're building and how it is done. If I ask them a lot of questions, they can give me the right answers. I know that I am at least making a few things sink in. And what I look forward but at is making sure that they develop a work ethic, because a lot of people, you know, will just go to a job site and they'll just stand around and let somebody else take control. I try to have each individual, you know, take control of a certain area, working in teams more or less, one being the person who is making all the decisions, the other one working, then switching that around.
How can students apply what they've learned in this class after high school?
I think what they will learn is that, like I said in the last one, is a work ethic, and if they apply that all the way through their life, it'll help them all the way through. Basically, it really gives them confidence. You know, if they can go out and they can build something, they can turn around and look at it later and say, hey, I built that. It always develops confidence. And I think that will really make a good application in their life later on.
Those are some great words from Mr. Bacher. Let's see what the students have to say measures up. Why did you decide to take this class, and how do you hope it will benefit you in the future?
Well, I'm going into the electrical program at Iowa Central, and doing some electrical work here kind of helps out.
Why did you decide to take this class, and how do you hope it will benefit you in the future?
I decided to take this class to better my knowledge of building houses and maintaining like my house and helping around with my dad.
How is this class different than any other class you've taken in the past?
This class is more hands-on and it's more fun than any other classes I've taken.
How is this class different than any other class you've taken in the past?
Well, it's a lot of hands-on and 2 periods, so that's fun, and it takes a while before we get out here, so we get some free time in between classes.
What is your favorite part of the Building and Trades program?
I'd have to say it's showing up at 7:40 in the morning and seeing Mr. Bacher.
What have you guys done so far in the remodeling of the Dance Connection?
Well, we've put all the track down for the walls, put the studs in and screwed them in, put the drywall up and primered and did some mudding and put the ceilings up.
What else has to be done to the Dance Connection before it is completed?
Well, we have to install doors, finish our shelving, do our trim work, and put carpet and dance floors down.
Wow, this is really cool. I wish I was in the Building and Trades program. If you're interested in joining the Building and Trades program, stop by the guidance office. All you need is Intro to Building and Trades and a teacher approval, which you can get from Mr. Bacher, Mr. Dyer, or Mr. Seago.
That wraps up today's edition of WCTV.
We'll leave you with some footage of the PBS assembly last week.
Hopefully, we will be seeing a lot of you wearing the purple and gold PBS bracelets. And who knows, you may win one of the next prizes at the next drawing.
Have a great week, and remember,
it costs nothing to be positive.